I'm Danny Epperson, and I'm inside the remarkable Commodore Dinner Theater in downtown Portsmouth. Thanks for joining me for WHRO's Cinema 15 and our presentation of 1956's Anastasia. On July 17, 1918, 300 years of Romanov rule over Russia ended tragically when communist rebels shot and killed the abdicated Tsar Nicholas II, his wife, and their 5 children. Their murder is considered one of the most notorious crimes in history. When the body of the Tsar's youngest daughter was not found with her family, it set in motion one of the most spectacular mysteries of the 20th century. What happened to the Grand Duchess Anastasia? The 1956 film Anastasia is based on a play written by Marcel Moret. Moret's story tells the true tale of Anna Anderson, a woman with a history of mental illness who became the darling of European society by convincing them that she was the lost Russian princess. The play was adapted for Broadway, and 20th Century Fox won a bidding war for the movie rights. Arthur Lawrence revised the script for the screen, and the studio hired Russian-born refugee Anatole Litvak to direct.
Grand Duchess Anastasia, I believe.
Yul Brenner plays a Russian con man living in Paris who plots to collect a large inheritance due to Anastasia by grooming Anna Anderson to pose as the heir to the Russian throne. Hiring the right woman to play Anderson was challenging for the director. The president of Fox wanted to hire Jennifer Jones, but Litvak and studio head Darryl Zanuck fought for Ingrid Bergman. Bergman was a contentious pick. In 1948, she had outraged the moral gatekeepers of America when she left her husband for the Italian director Roberto Rossellini. Bergman hadn't made an American movie in years, and studios still saw her as a risk. Zanuck went to the board of 20th Century Fox to plead her case. His gamble paid off.
The winner?
Ingrid Bergman won the Oscar for Best Actress. While Yul Brenner wasn't nominated for his part in Anastasia, he did take home a Best Actor award that same year for his performance in The King and I. I'll be back after the movie to tell you about how the end of the Cold War led to the end of history's biggest cold case. But for now, hit the lights, put away your Russian nesting dolls, and enjoy Anastasia. Was she or wasn't she? In 1956, movie audiences, the studio, and the Russian people didn't know if Anna Anderson was the Duchess. The mystery would remain unsolved for decades. In 1938, the real Anna Anderson filed a lawsuit in a German court to prove her identity and claim her inheritance. The case dragged out until 1970, when the court ultimately ruled that Anna had not proved she was Anastasia. Anderson eventually moved to Charlottesville, Virginia. She passed away in 1984. DNA testing later showed that she was not related to the Romanov family. The decades-long mystery was resolved after the collapse of communism in Russia. The bones of the Romanov family were excavated, and in 2007, DNA analysis proved that Anastasia had died alongside her family. As for Ingrid Bergman, the end of the film left little doubt about her fate in Hollywood. After skipping the 1957 Oscars, she returned the following year as a presenter.
And I've come to thank you. A belated thanks for the Oscar I got.
Back in 1949, her affair generated more than 38,000 newspaper articles. The Federal Council of Churches blamed her for the moral decay of the West, and U.S. Senator Edwin Johnson of Colorado denounced her on the floor of the Senate, calling her a powerful influence for evil and an apostle for degradation. Years later, it appeared all was forgiven. In 1972, U.S. Senator Charles H. Percy even issued a formal apology into the congressional record for those remarks made by Senator Johnson. That's all I have for this week. I'm Danny Epperson, and I will see you next time for WHRO's Cinema 15 and another classic movie. I'm Danny Epperson. Here's a classic movie quiz.
She has no identity whatsoever.
Anastasia from 1956 marked the Hollywood comeback of what blacklisted actress?
You do not believe because you do not wish to believe.
It was Ingrid Bergman who won a Best Actress Oscar for her triumphant return.
And maybe one memory will convince someone.
You provide the popcorn, the couch, and the TV. We'll provide great movies like Anastasia. Watch Cinema 15 Saturday night at 8 on WHRO-TV 15.